What is up, guys? Today, by request, I'm going to be going over my loadouts, what I think would be best for everyone, like explaining which perk might be best for you, might be best for someone else, and what works for me. So here we go. So, first off, my first loadout has firepower. For those who don't know what that is, it's a tactical package which allows you to have two primary weapons. I use the DMR because it's good for long range to mid range fighting. The assault rifle I find is a lot better for close range fighting, obviously. It's really good for if you're going to get up close and personal with someone, and having those two creates this perfect medium balance between them. For grenades, I use plasma grenades because I just have fun sticking people, and that just works for me. Armor abilities, I use Promethean Vision because I like being able to line up my shot before I even technically see the person to where I can see them through the wall. And I told you guys to use firepower for my first one, and I like Ordnance Priority because it allows me to get better guns faster and get a leg up on everyone else. So that's a quick summary of my primary class. So I'm going to go through every single class that I have, and I want you guys to note the fact that I have them all split up. Primary, I have with the firepower. I love the medium balance it gets, but most game types, not all game types, will allow me to have firepower. So I have distance, which is obviously far away. DMR is good for long range shooting. It's very precise, very accurate, and easier to kill people with. Mid range is great, like I said, for the middle range. It can go. The battle rifle is in between long range and close range. Obviously, that's mid range, but the best way to describe it is it's everything in between middle range to close and middle range to far. It's that entire area. It's a broad spectrum, but you're not going to scope people from far away, and you're not going to be able to outshoot an AR unless the person sucks at shooting. I have close range, which has my AR with. Like I said, it's better for close range. Easier to attack people. I have dexterity on, if you can tell by the support upgrade, to be able to reload faster and switch weapons faster. So I could switch the pistol for precision, and once someone's shield is down, just shoot him in the face once. And then I have my test loadout, which is when I take things that I don't usually play with, and I'll put them into a loadout, and try to see how well they balance out, and if it works, put them in my normal loadouts and see what works for me. Okay. So I'm just going to use my distance one for the main example, going through everything. So DMR is obviously for long range. Assault rifle is for close range. I just have multiple skins. Storm rifle is more for taking down people's shields. It's close range. Covenant carbine is kind of like the battle rifle, faster shooting. Suppressor is, again, another like assault rifle. Light rifle is like a mixture of the DMR and battle rifle. And that's the battle rifle. I just have two of these already, so I don't even need to buy it. The light rifle is a good weapon to use, but I wouldn't get used to it because not many game types, especially in competitive, use it because it has both. So I would say stick to either a battle rifle or a DMR, figure out which one's best, and usually the better player you are, you will realize that they are two different weapons that are, well, they're two similar weapons for two different situations. So one's for more long range, one's for more medium range. This will help you out. The battle rifle will help you out in more medium range because it will give you the ability to be more accurate with it with those 3-shot bursts. With the DMR, if you're not very accurate, you might find that it's too accurate and that you're not hitting your shots. So that's good for medium range. That's a lot easier to land those shots, like I said. For secondary, I use magnums, just my personal preference. It's all precision for me. I like being able to have a very accurate shot. Plasma pistols are very good for annoying the hell out of your enemy and also charging it up and getting down their shields. Bolt shots are good single shots, but are better for using them as a shotgun effect, so we're charging it up and waiting until someone gets close to them, bang, they're dead. Plasma grenades are great for sticking people, solely for that. When you throw them at walls, they're kind of dud and just go and fall down straight. Frag grenades are great for bouncing off things, blowing up in someone's face, throwing them, bouncing off the wall, and hitting a person around the corner. Pulse grenades are good for draining your enemy's shields and really good at choke points. I'm just going over all of this stuff in case you don't know what they do, or just to go more in depth into my experience with using them. So, I already explained to you why I have Promethean Vision. Thruster Pack is pretty cool. They kind of nerfed it a little bit, so it's not as good as it used to be. It allows you to get out of situations quickly with left and right, and also if you go up into a man cannon, depending on what map you are in, you'll be able to go into the man cannon and go backwards to where you're going reverse of where the man cannon is pointed. Hologram's good for distractions if you really go with it. It's awesome to use. Some people are ridiculous with it, and I don't know how they do some of the things they do, but I'm going to try to get used to it. I have it in my test one, and I want to learn how to get better with it. Active camouflage is really good for the fact that you'll get the jump on people. The only time that it's really not that well is when there's radar on the map, which is quite frequently. You'll be able to surprise them. If there is no radar, you have that awesome... This is an awesome advantage because they won't know that you're there. So you can have a huge surprise on them instead of them being wary and knowing that you're nearby. Auto Sentry, I don't see many people using this, and the reason why is you usually have to use this at a choke point on a map to where there's only one doorway. You can set it up, and then both you and that Auto Sentry can shoot at someone. Jetpacks are good for obviously getting up to places and getting out of situations. Good for sniping and stuff like that, long range shooting. But it's not good for open maps because they can just pick you off from far away, and you can have 3 people shooting at you from different places on the map. Hardlight's good for getting out of situations to where you have no shield, although it does leave your sides and back vulnerable, and your feet as well, so keep that in mind. But it is really good also if a tank's shooting at you. Pop it up, not many people know that if a tank hits the hardlight shield, it'll bounce back. Regeneration Field's awesome for helping yourself and your teammates out for when you have a low shield. They'll get into the bubble, your shields will charge back up, and it'll help your teammates out a lot. Only disadvantage is that it's all blurry when you go through that little bubble. I like to use shielding because it makes your shields warm up faster. That way if it gets taken down, you only have to wait a little bit less time than you would have to normally, so you can get back out into the fight. AA efficiency, I don't recommend using this because, I mean, it's fun to play around with, but if you want to be a good competitive player, you never really want to rely on all these perks and stuff, especially armor and abilities, because if you rely on them too much, then in the end, when they get taken away from you, you're not going to be as good as you wish you were. Grenadier is good for people who are good with grenades, throwing them, placement, stickies, stuff like that. So if you really go with them, it's good to carry this around because it gives you that extra grenade slot. Firepower, again, really cool. Gives it a perfect balance, in my opinion, in some games, but it won't be allowed in some matches. Mobility allows unlimited sprint. Pretty self-explanatory. I usually don't like to sprint all too much or throughout an entire place because it allows people to get the shot off on you before you're even able to see them. So I'd say only use sprint in small little bursts because if you use unlimited sprint, you're going to end up getting shot more than you'd like and not being able to shoot them faster in return. Resupply is good. I wish they kind of kept this with all the original Halos to where you just pick up grenades when you walk over your enemies or your allies. But I guess things have to change. Alright, support upgrade. Ordnance priority basically allows you to get ordnance faster and also gives you better weapons usually. I'm not saying that I won't give you crappy ones. Alright, ammo obviously gives you more ammo. If you find yourself running out of ammo a lot or not dying because you're that good of a player, this would be your perfect one because it would give you more ammo. Also, when you get ordnance and stuff, it gives them more ammo as well when you pick up weapons. Dexterity is good because it speeds up reloads, and if you're in a close range fight and you just run out of ammo, you can switch weapons really quickly and get the jump on your opponents. I don't like this sensor upgrade because I'm used to the older Halos to where it's just 25 meters for the radar and nothing else. But not saying that it wouldn't be good for you, because it will show where enemies are further away on the map, which can be very helpful. Awareness is awesome if you find yourself being a sniper or a long-range shooter frequently, because it allows you to have that scope zoomed in, and it allows you to have the radar on the top and the bottom left corner, so you know if people are trying to come up around you, and you can use it to your advantage. Explosives, it gives you less damage when it hits you and more damage when it hits your opponents. Again, good if you're really good with grenades. Alright, so that pretty much sums it up. And once again, I have divided them up by ranges. That way, I have a different loadout for each situation. I hope you guys have found this informative, that it's helped you out with deciding what you should do for your loadouts. If you liked the video, give us a like, possibly a favorite. Subscribe if you want to see more of our videos. If you have something to say, leave a comment. Also, if you want to see another video like this, because this one was a request, please leave a request for a video that you would like to see in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and take it easy.